I've heard those in the mainstream society say that blacks are racist as well. I've tried to explain the fallacy of this statement. However, time and time again, there seems to be no understanding. I don't know if this is due to mental deficiency, or purposeful misunderstanding. Maybe, someone from the mainstream society can explain it better.
Understand the word racism. It ends with ism, much like capitalism, the same ism. Communism, the same ism. Socialism, the same ism. So what does that ism mean? Ism means a system put in place by those in power centered around a specific set of ideas. For example, capitalism, a system put in place by those in power centered around capitalist ideas. Communism is a system put in place by those in power centered around communist ideas. Socialism is a system put in place by those in power centered around socialist ideas. So what is racism? It's a system put in place by those in power centered around racist ideas. So then, can white people experience racism? What you're saying is when somebody says to you, cracker, honky, I don't trust white people, colonizer, white devil, that you're experiencing racism. Well, you're not. Let me explain. What you're experiencing is called prejudice. Prejudice is when someone has an idea about you based purely on the way you look. The reason that's not racism is this. The black community is incarcerated at a rate 3 times higher than white people for the same crime, are shot by the police at a rate 3 times higher than white people. A traditional black name on a resume will receive a callback 5 times less commonly than a traditional white name. White people are not victims of racial profiling, redlining, gentrification. You see, the system targeting marginalized communities is racism. So even though a white person may experience prejudice, they'll never have to worry about being targeted by the entire system. And that's what racism is. And racism is much worse than prejudice.
Let's be clear. Prejudice without power is just an opinion. But, with racism, you have prejudice plus the power to impact the life of the subject of your prejudice. These impacts include employment, housing, health, the list goes on. Literally, racism is a matter of life or death. Subscribe, like, comment.